You are welcome to the gist on Bryter Brand TV. My name is Elvira Jordan. We came across a video of a 2-year-old child conducting deliverance. No be small thing, no. Nigeria's women's basketball team, the Tigers, are now the champions of the 2025 FIBA Women's Afrobasket after defeating Mali in the finals. The team, with their very hot coach, Rena Wakama, lifted the title for the 5th time in Cote d'Ivoire, with Nigeria making history as the first country to win 5 consecutive women's Afro basketball championships. Can you beat that? Nigerian women are dominating in sports. Very Dark Man is now in Anambra State to hold a candlelight session for the late fish magnate who was kidnapped and unalived in Anambra State. So sad.
So, I'm in Anambra State because of the candlelight I spoke about for fish magnate, who is my namesake, Martins. Sadly, he was a victim of bad leadership in Nigeria, insecurity that have been constantly overlooked by our government. Fish Magnate was a victim of kidnappers who kidnapped him at the front of his workplace, and then he was later shot and he didn't come back alive. So we are going to do a candlelight for him. Not just that, it's to also raise awareness on the insecurity issues that is happening in Anambra, not just Anambra State, every part of the East and the whole part of Nigeria.
Businessman Ikechukwu Ogbonna, popularly known as IVD, was arrested at the airport on Friday, the 1st of August 2025, on his way to Qatar with his fiancée, Blessing CEO. Sources say his arrest is connected to the ongoing domestic violence case involving his late wife, Bimbo, which is still in court. IVD is reportedly not permitted to leave the country until the legal proceedings are concluded. He's expected to remain in detention until today, Monday, the 4th of August 2025, when he will be charged to court. Before we continue, kindly hit the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment and share with friends after watching. Thank you. Moving on, Ghanaian President John Mahama has assured Nigerians that there is no place for xenophobia in Ghana, reaffirming the country's commitment to ECOWAS protocols on the free movement of people and goods. Mahama gave the assurance while receiving a special envoy from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, led by Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, at the Presidential Palace in Accra. You'll recall that some Ghanaians had protested against Nigerians and Igbos living in Ghana. See the comment section for the link to the full story. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) says a drug test will now be conducted for all undergraduate students.
The National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) entered a historic partnership with the Federal Ministry of Education to make drugs and substance tests mandatory in all tertiary institutions in Nigeria. This development has generated mixed reactions.
What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Rivers State people are very good at composing songs for political gbege. They have released another single for their former governor and current FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. Let's listen. Our Nigerian sister, who is now the UK Conservative Party leader, Kemi Badenoch, has begun to reveal why she has a problem with Nigeria and Nigerians, as she describes her secondary school experience in Nigeria like being in prison.
I went to a secondary school. It was called a federal government girls' school in a place called Shagamu. And that was like being in prison. When I tell the stories about using a machete and having, because I know lawnmowers, that's the place that I'm talking about, having to fetch buckets of water. And that was the first time that I was away from home, away from my family. And I wasn't just looking at...
This is a boarding school?
Yes, it's a federal boarding school. And it was very...
You shared a dormitory with other girls?
We're about 150, I think. 20 to 30 in a room, and there were, 6 rooms.
And
so
the machete is for cutting the grass.
Yes, cutting the grass.
Explain why were you cutting the grass?
Well, because, who else is going to cut the grass?
Nollywood actor turned activist Kenneth Okonkwo is advising Nigerians not to pray for military rule in Nigeria. See why.
From the colonial days, it has been resistance groups. That's what the civil society was doing. From the colonial days, they were fighting for independence. During the military regimes, it was advocacy groups advocating for democracy. For just being an advocate, you can be charged for treason. Nobody will pray for military regime. I don't pray for it. But if the civilian dictatorship becomes military regime, then why do you think people are adoring like the military leader of Burkina Faso? It is because their dream about democracy, the promises that were made to them, they cannot see. But in all honesty, if you know what military regime is, you will be very careful. I know what we're passing through in democracy, but I'll just tell you like a statement about military regime. Military regime is the government of one person. Forget the issue of your hearing military regime. No, it's the government of head of state. There is nothing like military regime. It's the government of one person. The decree is written by one person. The decree is signed by one person. The courts are set up by one person. And it is what that one person wants that is done. Forget anything like, during the military regime, the military suffered most than even the civilians. If you go to the officers' mess then, during Abacha's regime, you won't see 2-3 officers coming together. Because they will say that they are planning coup. And they will just take you there, tie you in the stake, and shoot you.
Since Bill Gates visited Nigeria and started doing skits, it is now becoming evident that the international world is beginning to sell foods that are known as genetically modified organisms, that is GMOs, to the Nigerian population. The CEO of BFA Integrative Health and Wellness Clinic, Dr. Jackie Ike-Otuonye, was a guest on Arise TV's morning show, and she says GMOs are pesticides and should not meet NAFDAC's food criteria. Let's watch.
Now, what exactly are the problems? Seeds are the foundation of human and animal life on earth. Whoever that controls your seed controls your life. As you heard, this has nothing to do with President Tinubu. This has nothing to do with APC. It's important that we don't lose focus. Food concerns everybody. All of us, we eat food. Now, GMOs in Nigeria, we're talking about transgenic. When you cross organisms that are taxonomically different, you have a problem. You take genes from an animal and put inside a plant. You're already breaking the boundaries of nature. Ethically, that is wrong. In a normal situation, a fish cannot mate tomato. But we are breaking these boundaries in the name of science. And what people are not talking about is, okay, what will be the outcome in future? What is glyphosate? Glyphosate is the pesticide, herbicide, whichever one you want to use, that is used for growing GMO crops. Farmers are now using it to kill weeds.
So it's not just farms. For GMO?
You must use it if you're planting GMO crops.
But they also use it for non-GMO crops.
You know Nigerians, they're using it for their farms now, okay? With the organic farmers, I don't use Roundup.
So it should not be used?
It should not be used. Why? And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, before I get to that, GMOs, I tell people, are pesticides. Why do I say that? There's a definition. What are pesticides? Pesticides are an enormous group of chemicals designed to kill unwanted insects, insecticides, weeds, herbicides, rodents, and fungi. Many pesticides endanger human health or damage ecosystem, creating risk for companies to buy or produce food and other crops. Now, GMOs, for instance, the beans we just released, they are modified to produce their own pesticides so that the pests that attack plants will not eat that. Now, that might sound good in terms of, growing the beans and all that, because of the implication to human health. Any plant that can produce its own insecticide or pesticide is automatically a pesticide.
Meanwhile, Nollywood actor Prince Eke is drawing a comparison between the killings in Benue State and the sudden rave about GMOs. He writes this on his Instagram story, saying, "Over the past decade, Nigeria's agricultural regions, especially Benue, have faced growing insecurity, mainly targeting farmers. This isn't just a mere coincidence, it points to a larger agenda, possibly linked to the global push for GMOs in Africa. Benue, the food basket of the nation, relies on small farmers during indigenous seeds, but constant attacks, herdsmen violence, land grabs, kidnappings, and forcing them off their lands. As food production fails, foreign corporations steps in with GMO solutions. With traditional farming under threat, local food systems collapse, and dependence on imported, patented seeds grow. Insecurity is creating space for GMO interests to take over. Am I overthinking? This is definitely something we all need to think about." That is all on the gist on Bryter Brand TV. Thank you for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and share with friends. My name is Elvira Jordan, reporting for Bryter Brand TV.